A new year begins, and Metro Atlanta seeks to restore the luster that covered the area in the 1990s and which helped the region earn a national and international reputation for getting things done. Accordingly, that knack also made the region much richer.
I think we ought to remember today that the hard investment in the Olympic Games was $3.5 billion.
Urged Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed at the annual State of the Region breakfast in November.
It powered about $60 billion of investment across our region through 2008.
And the stakes are high for a region that has been battered by the recession. Home values continue their decline nationally, but a Standard & Poor's Case-Shiller report also shows Metro Atlanta's housing problem is much more acute, sharing characteristics found in Cleveland, Detroit, Las Vegas, cities that more readily illustrate the root causes of this recession. Job recovery remains a concern too. According to the Department of Labor, the area's unemployment rate still hovers near 10%. And locally, Mayor Reed put this problem into its proper context.
We have lost 57,000 construction jobs in the last 4 years,
said Reed at the breakfast, highlighting the region's arguable over-reliance on construction. Jobs and economic recovery, therefore, will be among the primary issues as the Georgia General Assembly prepares to reconvene for the 2012 legislative session. But it may very well be transportation that helps Metro Atlanta get that luster back, according to Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle.
I will tell you, the T-Splosh is a critical tool in order for our region and our state to move forward in a positive way,
said Cagle at the State of the Region breakfast. In October, the Atlanta Regional Transportation Roundtable approved a project list that identifies $6.14 billion of transportation investments. Significantly, the list also includes $3.2 billion for the region's next generation of transit, a dozen transit projects that could bring new streetcar lines, restore bus service in Clayton County, offer new bus rapid transit routes into DeKalb and Cobb, and provide study money for rail extension into Gwinnett County, as well as for the proposed Griffin commuter rail line. That is, if voters in the 10-county region approve a 1-cent sales tax in a referendum scheduled for this summer. Illustrating just what's at stake, the transportation effort has brought about a level of cooperation that defies the nation's current state of hyperpartisanship and bucks the region's own unique brand of politics. For one, the Roundtable's vote in October was unanimous. Additionally, Governor Nathan Deal has thrown his support behind the effort by urging voters to approve the tax in a recent blog post. Moreover, and perhaps more critically, the governor has formed a Transit Governance Task Force, a group charged with submitting a recommendation for better managing transit throughout the entire region, a loose end that goes beyond MARTA, Cobb Community Transit, and Greta, and which must be satisfactorily resolved for voters before the end of the legislative session. And if the region needs additional motivation, it simply has to look to Dallas, which now threatens to upend Atlanta as the business capital of the South.
So this is the right thing to do for the future of our region because we know our competitors like Orlando, like Dallas, and like Charlotte say that Atlanta has LA-like traffic, and they used to be able to say that Atlanta does not have its act together,
warned Mayor Reed. Since 1988, Dallas has constructed 72 miles of light rail service, with an additional 14 miles expected to open later this year, and 10 miles of commuter rail service between Dallas and Fort Worth. Now, in modern-day Dallas, it seems a streetcar or bus is always in sight. This vision is not isolated to Dallas, though. According to Transport Politic, the rest of the country is doubling down on transit investment. Transport Politic reports that the nation will see nearly 450 miles of new transit in a little over 5 years. Despite the governor's leadership, not all Republicans are on board with the transportation tax or with the transit-heavy project list. Some have already paid a price for their support. Fayetteville Mayor Ken Steele lost his bid for re-election in November, largely because of his support for the final project list. But then, Kennesaw Mayor Mark Matthews, an independent, did not suffer the same fate. And at the State of the Region breakfast, Mayor Reed provided a brief history lesson about Mayor Hartsfield and the consequence of his vision.
And he got beat in an election because people thought it was a dumb idea.
Some local leaders may yet pay a political price, but in the end, there may be enough political and popular support to carry the day this summer. If one's to listen to Mayor Reed, it's going to be a close one.
I said I think it's going to win by 1 vote.
If so, residents in the 10-county area may hear the signature sound of recovery. Or the region could remain stuck in a gridlock of its own making.